Great to see you here. In this last video of this lesson, I will talk about stakeholder management. First of all, I will share with you what is stakeholder management about. We look at some tools and techniques that we can use, like mind mapping, the salience model, power interest grids, stakeholder engagement, and profiling stakeholders. Stakeholder management is about the relationship with the different stakeholders or people and organizations that have a specific interest in the project. We start with stakeholder identification during the creation of the project charter, and later we have to deal with the stakeholder management. How will we do that? We want to identify which stakeholders have a special interest, and we also want to see that the stakeholders that are important for us show the necessary interest in the project so that can help us. We also want to identify the stakeholders which are probably opposed to the project, because these are people who are potentially dangerous and could create an atmosphere in which the project may be killed. Stakeholder management starts very early, like I said, during the initiation step by the creation of the charter. Then we look at planning stakeholder engagements. We look how to deal with the stakeholders, what are the tools and the processes we are going to use. And of course, we manage the stakeholders during execution, and during monitoring, controlling, we will see how we can improve the stakeholder management. The stakeholder management processes linked to the processes of the project management, or the process steps of the project management process. First, we have initiation, and here we already have the first stakeholder management process, which is the identification of stakeholder. During planning, we will talk about the planning of the stakeholder engagement. How will we deal with the stakeholders? What are the tools and the techniques that we are going to use? What reporting will be applicable? And so on. During execution, we are looking at managing the stakeholder engagement. We want to see that the engagement is the way we like it, that it's working in the sense that we planned it. And of course, we have to monitor and control the stakeholder engagement, where we basically have to see that what we are doing is working and how we may have to change it. In closing, there is no tool, no process anymore related to stakeholder management. Now, when we look at identification, we may have tools like mind mapping to identify stakeholders. And we see here a number of categories that we can look at. We look at beneficiaries, influencers, government, providers, governance, users, and we can find out different elements that we will be dealing with. It is possible to create a mind map that will be reused for other projects. Once we know every time, basically we can exclude the elements that we don't need. If we have a nice stakeholder map like this, we can use it, and we are sure we will not forget anybody. Another element that is used, or a tool that is used, is what we call the salience model. And in salience model, we have a Venn diagram, or 3 Venn diagrams, representing power, the ability to influence the outcome of the deliverables, legitimacy, authority, level of involvement the stakeholder has on the project, and urgency, the time expected for responses. So basically, we have to categorize the stakeholders related to these different elements. And let's have a look at the details when we look at the different intersections. Here we have the overview. We see different elements here. We find the critical, which are the core in the center. These are really the people we have to focus on. The dominant is the focus on expectations. We have to see where we have to continue, where we have to look at it. Dangerous people, we have to engage. We have to keep them satisfied. The dependent people, now these are people who basically don't have the power, but they could be using, or they could be in fact supporting others. And these are the different elements we see in these different intersections. Now we can also identify people who are latent. These are people who are kind of sleeping, and they are not really involved, but once something is going wrong, they light up like a fuse and they will start interfering. So it's also very important to understand who they are. Demanding, these are people who think they need immediate attention. They may be people that have no power at all, that are not important, but they could be dangerous in your project. Discretionary, you keep them happy, you keep them in the loop. And then you have non-stakeholders. They can be future stakeholders or people who are not interested in your project. So they're not really so important for what we are looking at. Now, when we look at the power interest grids, there are different grids that exist. We have on the x-axis the interest and on the y-axis the power. When the interest is high and the power is high, we call them the promoters, and those are the people we have to manage closely. High interest but low power, these are the defenders. We keep them informed. Then we have low interest but high power, those are the latents, and we have to keep them satisfied. And then we have low power, low interest, these are the apathetics, and we have to monitor them. So basically we can put the different people in those different areas, and by doing that we identify how we have to manage those people. Another element is about engagement, and I have a number of people here where I look at the stakeholders and I see different categories. I see unaware. The people are not aware about the impact. They don't care about it at that moment. It doesn't mean that they are not important, but they may be important later on, or they can be important. So, for example, here Radomil and Erika are unaware of the project. Resistant, these are the people who are aware and resist against the project. Luckily, I don't have anybody of the stakeholders there at this moment. Neutral, they are aware, but they don't support or resist the project. And we see LDC, oh my God, that's me, who is actual in the neutral position for this specific project. And then we have people who are supportive. We have Radovan who is supportive, Hannah is supportive, and that's basically all. And then we have leading, aware and actively engaged. So we don't have anybody at this moment there, but we will come to that later. Now, what do we have to do? At the moment, we have those stakeholders. We have to classify what is their actual situation. For example, Radovan is supportive. Me, I'm neutral. Hannah is supportive. Radomil and Erika are unaware. Now, basically, that's what they are at this moment. And we want to see what engagement level do we want to get them to. And we see Radovan should be leading. Important person at this moment, he is only supportive. Mia should be supportive. Hannah should be leading. Radomil should be neutral, and Erika should be supportive. So basically, with this matrix, we can see where the stakeholders are and where they should be. So we can plan the necessary actions. Another element about stakeholders is about profiling. And profiling, I just want to talk about, we want to know what kind of people we have. We want to understand how they react to certain events. And when I was in AT&T, we looked at what we called disc profiling. Disc profiling is like some other profiling methods, and they provide what type of people you are dealing with, how to deal with those people. And this training is very interesting because you can learn what type of person you are and what person you are in fact in certain circumstances, for example, when you are under stress. The advantage of understanding the profiles of people is that you can evaluate what type of person they are. And every person, when you know their profile, you can in fact adjust in a way that you communicate with them in a specific way. Some people like to hear all the details. And when you don't give the details, they feel unhappy. On the other hand, some people don't care about the details, and you just have to give them the overview. If you give them the detail, they will not be happy, they will not like it. And that's basically what the profiling is about. It will teach you, it will learn you how to deal with people, how to identify the way they are, and how to deal with those people. So basically, these were some elements about stakeholder management. Now there is a lot more to do about stakeholders than what I've said here. It's just an addition so that you have some idea when you're working on a project why stakeholders are so important. So that was the end of this video. I thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you later. Thank you, and bye-bye.